John 13, the reflection continues. The evening meal was being served, and the devil had already prompted Judas Iscariot, son of Simon, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power and that he had come from God and that he was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. It's amazing, isn't it? I feel for Judas, who obviously had plans. He saw in Jesus the potential to become famous. He saw his alliance and association with Jesus as potential to take him where he wants to go. But he was going on his own way. You know the thing about God? God is merciful. So Judas, the Bible tells us, is already being prompted by the devil. And this is the night. They are sharing the Lord's Supper. This is the last meal. And Judas is being prompted. And God gives him a whole night to sleep over it, to change his mind. The Bible says in Matthew 27, early the next morning, all the chief priests and the elders made plans as to how to have Jesus executed. And it's at this point, the Bible says that Judas agreed to lead them to Jesus. And Jesus has finished praying all night at Gethsemane, asking the Father if there was another way. And he submitted and said, not my will, nevertheless, but your will, Lord. It's Good Friday, but Sunday is coming. You know, like most of us, Jesus wrestled with this possibility of this pain of this time and thought, how can I, if there was another way, if there was just another way. And yet those he called as supporters, prayer partners, to come and stand with him in this time, all fell asleep. The only prayer meeting that we know that Jesus organized in his time, apart from in Luke 11 where he tells them how to pray, and Matthew chapter 6 where he informs us how to pray. This was the one that humanity had opportunity to see how Jesus prayed, to see what Jesus prayed about, to know the Father's heart, and to eavesdrop into heaven's conversation. Humanity fell asleep. You may say it's Peter, James, and John, but I dare you, if you were there, I bet you would have gone to sleep too. And so Judas comes in the morning, and with a kiss, he betrays the Lord of the universe. My Bible says that in Matthew 27, when Judas, who had betrayed him, saw that Jesus was condemned, he was seized with remorse and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and the elders. I have sinned, he said, for I have betrayed an innocent blood. What is it to us? They replied. That's your responsibility. So Judas threw the money into the temple and left. Then he went away and hanged himself. Judas, 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 Judas. Could you not have waited a couple of days more, maybe a whole weekend? God gave Judas a weekend to meet with resurrection and have forgiveness. But 2 days were too long for Judas. He threw the money and walked away in a hum. I went to do the unthinkable. He missed forgiveness. If he had hung around for Resurrection Sunday, if he had waited, been patient enough, Jesus surely would have forgiven Judas, because it was all part of master plan. You may find yourself in positions where you did not expect to find. Regrettable positions, tough positions. You may find yourself having done things that you thought, how on earth could I have done that? Hang around. It's Good Friday. Sunday is coming. Hang around. I double dare you. Hang around. Because the Master of the universe, Resurrection Sunday. Don't be like Judas. Don't be like Judas. In the end, Judas didn't even take the 30 pieces of silver. And what is his was 30 pieces of silver. What is your pieces of silver? What has the enemy promised you to separate you from and take you away from the banquet table? Don't buy into the lie of the enemy. It's Good Friday. The Sunday is coming. You can't have a Sunday without a Friday. Saturday has to happen before Sunday even. If you would have patience and not be like Judas. I pray that the Lord, as we come to the end of this Good Friday service, the Lord would encourage you in your waiting, in your frustrations, in the things that you feel are too hard to cope with in your struggles. That you will know that He is the Lord and that for Him all things are possible. God bless you as we wait for Sunday, Resurrection Sunday. It's Good Friday, but Sunday is coming.